My name is Sharon Whitefawn, and I thank you for being here today. Today, our yoga practice is going to focus on playfulness, on not taking life so seriously, not taking your yoga practice so seriously. Of course, seriously enough that we're dedicated to it, but not so rigid, not so have to be this way, have to do this, that particular way. We're going to soften our edges. We're going to just play with the poses, get back to that playful spirit that we all had when we were children, and hopefully you still have it. And if not, we're going to remember that childhood playfulness, that stress-free feeling, and the joy. So we're focusing on not taking things so seriously, joyfulness, and playfulness. So close your eyes, take a breath in, breathe out, and then just start to wrap your mind around playfulness. And I'm not saying that in our lives and in the world there aren't tragic things that happen and stressful things that occur. I'm very aware of this. And we spend a lot of time in that space, in that place, physically as well as mentally, emotionally, spiritually even. So instead, think about what it means to you to be playful, to be joyful, to be not so serious and not so stressed out. So breathe in any old way you like. Breathe out any way you want to. And start moving those shoulders. Think about moving your shoulders with the spirit of freedom and liberation. Good. And then change direction. Roll the shoulders the other way. Hey, and I'm doing it 2 at a time, but you might think, oh no, I want to do 1 at a time. That's more fun. How can you make shoulder rolls more fun for you? 1 at a time, forward and back, both at the same time, whatever you like. Find the joy in it. Give yourself permission to let go of all of the restrictions and the have-tos and the should-bes for this time in your yoga practice. Let's inhale those arms up overhead. Yeah, really straight. Stretch up, take a breath in. Stay here, breathe out, drop your shoulders. Yes, feel some lightness coming into your shoulders as you move your body side to side. As you move your body weight to one gluteal muscle or butt cheek muscle. Yeah, we'll say butt cheek because we're being playful. So go ahead, just rock from butt cheek to butt cheek, from side to side, and start to loosen up. Notice when you're doing this, what feels rigid, what feels tense. Physically, it might be the elbows, the wrists, it might be the forehead. Mentally, it could be the brain. Emotionally, it could be the heart. Soften, soften, soften. We're being playful in our yoga practice. We're practicing not taking things so seriously all the time. Give yourself permission to do that. Nice work. Bring those arms down. Roll the shoulders again. Let's bring the shoulders straight up to the ears like this and breathe in when you do it. Make it tense, make it tight. We're familiar with this one more so probably. And then breathe out from the back of your throat. Drop the shoulders down. Yes, do that again. And then do it with the spirit of joy. Do it with the spirit of playfulness. And don't take it so seriously. So let's go faster and maybe even on the silly side, okay? So here we go. Beautiful. One more time just for good luck. Very nice. And then lengthen your neck like a giraffe or a turtle coming out of their shell. And then move that head nicely around. Stretch those neck muscles. Release any tightnesses or tensions you might have there. Ah, yes. And delight in the feeling of releasing the tension. Breathing however you want to. We're not taking this so seriously. I don't need you looking like a yogi or feeling inadequate, right? You're perfectly adequate. Change direction. You're more than adequate. You're amazing. You're amazing for being here and for making the time to find the joy. All right, good, good. Let's get into the lower back. Let's get into the hips. Start moving around. Imagine if you were doing this with children, little kids that were uninhibited. You might see them falling over this way and falling over that way and falling back and just really having a good time. So go ahead, be silly. I encourage you to be silly today. Or often in life. Maybe we should all have like a scheduled silly break or unscheduled silly break. Anyway, enough of that. Change direction. Yeah, loosen up the body, the brain. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. And don't get me wrong, it's not that we're not doing some serious work here to the body, to the nervous system, for your immune system. All right, so bring yourself to all fours and do a cat pose. This is cat pose. We round the spine like a Halloween cat hunching their back. And then drop your belly down, lift your chin and tailbone. This is cow pose. Imagine udders down here, right? That's why they call it cow pose. Your belly's dropped down like a belly full of milk. And then cat pose. Good. And go ahead and just move through cat and cow. Move through it playfully, joyfully. Don't worry about how I'm doing it or how anybody else might do it. I want you to really experience pleasure as you do this. Find it, find it. Making any little changes or modifications or adjustments that you need to do in order for this to be playful, joyful, not so serious. Yeah, get those kinks out. Full breath. I like to breathe out on cat pose, and I like to breathe in on cow. But you find your breath, your rhythm, in your movement of the spine, of the hips, of the neck. Very nice. And from here, we're going to just take a flat back. So we're not dropped down, we're not rounded. A neutral spine, we'll say. And take one arm out, it doesn't matter which one. Take the opposite leg back. And here's where you might get a little wobbly, and it's okay. Enjoy that. Don't be so rigid and strict with yourself as if you have to hold it so steady and strong and tight. You don't. Elongate, open, stretch your body and stretch your mind. Find the joy in this. And if this arm is really getting tired, you can come down on the forearm. You could lower one arm, one leg. It's up to you. This is your practice. And we're going to release this and switch sides. So it's opposite arm to leg. So whatever arm you have, it's the opposite leg. Try not to drop the belly. Use the stomach muscles. And breathe and breathe and breathe joyfulness and playfulness into this. Yeah, stretch it, reach it. Nice, and bring everything down. And then in child's pose, here, just rock a little bit in child's pose. So ideally your forehead is resting in child's pose. So if it's not making it down to the floor like that, maybe stack your fists. But I want you to rock a little bit if that feels good for you. It induces calmness. It calms the nervous system. It's very primal, rocking motion. Just rock a little bit, however it feels good to you. Or don't rock if you don't want to. Beautiful. All right, come back up to all fours. And I'm just going to turn around this way because I feel like it's going to be better. Perfect. Roll those toes under and pick your knees up and reach your tailbone way up to the ceiling. Press those heels down, tuck your chin. Just feel a good stretch in the back of your body. Oh yes, breathe. And again, if that hurts your arms, you can always do this on the forearms. In a previous video, I showed how you can do it on a chair. Nice, and then back onto your knees and return to child's pose once again. And just let yourself motion however your body flows. Great work. Are you having fun yet? I hope so. Onto your belly, onto the forearms. And we're just gonna lift the chin, lift the heart. Breathe here. Maybe press your hip bones into the floor a little bit more if you can. Maybe tighten up your butt cheeks a little bit more. That will help to strengthen your lower back. Ah, good. And then we're coming down. Bring your hands back a little further and just peel up a tiny little bit up the floor. This is cobra, so think baby snake right here. Baby snake, 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 baby snake. Come on down. Come up a little higher. Teenage snake. I hope you don't get that song stuck in your head like it is in mine right now. Sorry. Oh yes, and then come on up. Maybe a mama snake. Breathe out, come down. So ultimately we're just making this cobra larger and larger, but not because it has to be huge, but because it feels good. So find where it's just really right for you. If you've been doing this for a while, maybe bring your toes to touch, reach your tailbone behind you, but we don't want this to happen where the shoulders creep up and we have all that scrunching. Soften the elbows, lengthen out of your trapezius and breathe. And then back to child's pose. And your child's pose can be any way you like it. Find your inner child and be with that. Some people like the knees together, the knees apart, the arms extended, the arms alongside the body. However you like it. But I encourage a gentle rocking. And then we're going to come up from there all the way up onto the knees and roll your toes under. They'll be like your little stoppers, and press your palms to your lower back or to your sacrum or to the top of your buttocks, and just press those hips forward while you gaze upward. Chin up, smile. And then little by little, perhaps shifting your body weight back, back, back a little more and more and more. And this is just to strengthen these back muscles. So obviously don't go so far that you're straining. So find that place and make it enjoyable. Breathe your heart open. Relax those shoulders. Just let stress dump off your back right here. Soften where you can soften. And once again, into child's pose. However you want to do it. Feet together, feet apart. Arms alongside the body, arms extended out front. Doesn't matter. What matters is that you're not taking it too seriously. Continue to rock. You're doing great. Stay down there. Keep rocking. The rocking motion is very primal. When we were babies in utero, we were rocked by our mothers, and that fluid being safe in the embryonic fluid. So it holds true at the reptilian brainstem. We remember that just cellularly. So let yourself rock and have that soothing, comforting feeling that now you're giving to yourself, resting on Mother Earth. All right, now come back up onto all fours, if you will, and now we're just gonna hold that cat pose. Tuck your chin. Tuck your tailbone under. Separate your shoulder blades. See how much space you can create between every vertebrae in your spine. And again, we're gonna roll the toes under and bring the tailbone up, looking more towards straighter legs, straighter arms, a lengthened spine. Engage your stomach muscles, close your ribs, and breathe. This is downward facing dog. Send your heels downward, reach your butt up. Yeah, good. Close those ribs. Hey, take one foot up to the ceiling. And again, if your arms are getting tired, you can always come down to the forearms and take that leg up. Any leg, it doesn't matter. And then float it down and switch. Let's do the other leg. Reach it up. Go ahead, just play around with it. You can move your hip this way, move your hip that way. We're encouraging playfulness and self-discovery and joy.
Nice. Bring the feet together, walk them up, in. And here we go to a nice little gentle, slow roll up. Take your time.
Unless you want to pop up like a jack in a box, because that's more playful for you. It's all good. So we're going to inhale those arms up and get kind of floppy when you come down. Bend your knees and just breathe out and flop like this. Inhale up and flop on down. Good. Find the joy. Don't be so serious. Beautiful. Next time down, you're going to stay down and give everything a good shake. Shake out the arms, shake those legs, shake your head, shake your brain. And then tighten up those tummy muscles while you roll yourself up once again. However you want to roll up. And we'll extend those arms all the way up overhead. Maybe bring those two big toes to touch if you can. I like to make little steeple fingers with my arms. Can you see that? Like a little steeple thingy. That's just me. You find your hand grip. Take a breath in here. Breathe out, go to one side, any side, it doesn't matter. Just open up the side body in a joyful way. Come back to center, breathing in. Open up the other side of the body. Yeah, don't take it so seriously. Thank you, thank you. You're doing great. Inhale, center, exhale, side. We'll just keep on doing that. Making C shapes out of the body. The letter C this way, and the letter C that way. Yeah. Feel those hips opening up. If your arms are tired from being up here, just bring them down. You ever notice you rarely have to tell kids, if their arms are tired, they'll just naturally put them down, right? Go ahead and be childlike in your practice today, however you want to do it. Either way, we're opening the side body. We're connecting body to breath, mind to muscle. Okay, back to center. Very nice. And let's give everything a good shake. Good, good. So, I like to start with my feet together. We're going to do some balancing poses, okay? And be playful with them. Don't take them so seriously. I know when I first started doing yoga, well, I'll talk and we'll do tree pose at the same time. So tree pose is just bringing one foot to the other leg. So it doesn't matter what leg you start with, what foot you start with. You could have the tippy toe touching the floor. You could bring it up above the ankle. You could bring it right below the knee. Don't press it on the knee because that's not so very respectful to the knee. We need for our knees to not be pressured. We need in our lives for none of us to be pressured. Anyway. Here is tree pose, one variation of tree pose. If you've been practicing for a while, find your variation of it, but do it in a joyful manner. Be childlike, explore and discover. Because the fact of the matter is, no matter how many times we've done yoga, whether this is your first time or your 1000th time, we should always approach it with a sense of discovery and exploration and joy. So if you're feeling wobbly, that's okay. Enjoy the wobble. And bring everything down. Oh, so what I was starting to say, we're going to switch legs, is that when I first started practicing, I took this very seriously. So much so that I actually got a hernia doing yoga, and it was specifically this pose. I was like, oh, I've got to do this correctly. And so I don't want you to have that experience ever in yoga or in life, to take something so seriously that we injure ourselves. So however you want to do your tree pose, knowing that wobbliness is just a little extra joy sprinkled in. Breathe. If you've been doing this for a while and you need another layer or level of challenge, try it with your eyes closed. Even if it's your first time, try it with your eyes closed. Ah. Yes. I'm so proud of you. And we're going to bring everything down. Everything's coming down. The arms, the legs, And again, maybe bring those two big toes to touch. We're going to bring the hands in prayer position in front of the heart, but really press your palms, your right hand and your left, like really pressing into one another. And now raise up onto your tippy toes. Inhale. Let your heels lightly touch the floor as you breathe out. Do that again. Inhale up. Make yourself really tall, really tall, really tall. And exhale, let those heels lightly touch down. Good. Do that a few more times and find the joy in it. Ooh. And the next time up, we're going to stay up. Extend the arms straight out if you can, or leave them here if you prefer, or flail them around if you like to. But I'm up on the tippy toes. I'll turn sideways so you can see that. And then just lower your tailbone down. Start squeezing your knees together, and all this wobbly stuff is going to happen. Enjoy the wobble. And you can come down a little bit, or maybe you can come down all the way. And maybe you're wobbling. Find the joy in it. Make it fun. The upside is if you fall, you're not going so far, so that's okay too. Breathing. Squeeze those thighs together. Lengthen your spine. Relax your shoulders, whether your arms are out or in, doesn't matter. And then we're coming up, all the way up on those tippy toes. Make yourself really tall here. All the way up, 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 up. Good work. Shake it all out. Thank you, thank you. I really am so excited that you're willing to be a little silly and to have some fun and not so serious. Pick a leg, any leg, and we're going to hold on to a foot. I understand that might be challenging for some people. You might want to hold on to something, whether it's a wall or a chair, and maybe you don't quite grab your foot. You could grab your pant leg. Maybe you can take a belt or a necktie and wrap it around your ankle. But really, we're just looking to open up the hip flexor predominantly here. For many of us, sitting all day at work, whatever your role is at your school or job. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Open where you can open. If you're wobbling, find the joy in it. Find the joy in it. This is dancer pose. Find your own unique expression of dancer pose. What kind of dancer are you today? Explore. Smile. Don't be so serious. And we're coming up. Ooh, yes. And float all of that down. And we're switching sides. You can keep facing the same way if you like. So, just breathing. Just opening. Find some aspect of this, if not every aspect of this, to enjoy. Breathe. Open. Stretch. And we're coming up from there once again. We're going to do both sides again. And I want to give you a couple little extra cues that could help with your balance, because ideally standing on one leg is strengthening ligaments, tendons, core muscles. And if you're especially wobbly, I would suggest finding, well, for everybody, whether you're wobbly or not, really, find something to stare at in front of you. Pick a spot and just stare at it. Keep staring, even if you wobble, keep staring, okay? And also hear the sound of your breathing. So, staring, improving our focus. Hear the sound of your breath, improving your ability to concentrate even more so. Hear your breathing. Go ahead. Make it a little louder. Good. Do it again. Stretch more if you can. Open more where you can open. Notice where the tension is. Where are you holding on to tightness? And as you exhale, allow for some of that tightness to dissolve. Check your brain. Is the tightness there? Are you taking this too seriously? And when you're ready, great job, by the way. We're going to switch sides. Yoga is the science of life. It's a little microcosmic experience of the macrocosmic life that we're living. So sometimes you can really learn more about yourself during your practice. You can have little glimpses of insightfulness and increase your self-awareness. and be made aware maybe of certain things about yourself that might be ready to shift. Maybe some transformation or a little transition from a particular mindset, getting slightly out of the comfort zone in the body and in the mind. Great work. So bring that leg down, shake everything out. And then we're just going to hold the legs straight, not locked, not tense, so kind of loosen up the hips, the knees. And then slide your hands down your straight, strong legs. Hold the abdominal muscles in because that supports the lower back. So whether you're resting your hands lightly above your thighs, or above your knees on your thighs, or down, or whatever, it doesn't matter. Just go, 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 wherever it is until you start to feel that really good stretch in the back of the legs. That's what we're looking for, the sweet spot, I call it. Find your sweet spot. Where is it for you today? Don't worry about where my hands go. Find the right place for yours, and then drop your head heavy like a rock. Shake your head no. No to seriousness. Shake your head yes. Yes to playfulness, yes to joy. And then relax your shoulders. Get rid of all that stuff that you've been carrying. Stay here and breathe. If you have high blood pressure, it's best to keep your chin above your heart, okay? So, and then again, use that stomach muscle. So we don't want the back to dip so much that we're straining at the lower back. Use the abdominal muscles to kind of straighten out your spine a little bit. So you're just finding a nice good stretch in the backs of the legs and the hips, maybe your lower back, wherever you're feeling it. Take a breath of pleasure to that spot, to those places. And then we're going to bend the knees and roll up nice and slow once again. Or quickly, if your playfulness is more like a jack-in-the-box. Perfect. Then we're going to take these feet a little wider than hip width apart, a little wider. Hands on the hips, and then just bend the knees a little bit. Exhale. Inhale, come up, breathe in. Exhale, a little bit more, breathing out. Inhale, up. Good. Let's do a few more times. And I'm adding a little bit of a neck twist here. Exhale down. Inhale up and center. Exhale the other side. Just get a nice little stretch in the neck if you need to or if you want to. Good. And now let's just see if maybe you can start to go a little lower. And this time, bring your hands in prayer position in front of your heart. I'm going to take my feet a little wider. Play around with it a little bit. Find your distance. Coming down, down, down. Ooh, doggy, you can do it. Maybe your elbows will come to your knees. Maybe they'll come to the insides of your knees. It's frog pose, by the way, so if you jumped in it, that would be okay too. Frog pose, yeah. I encourage jumping as long as you're jumping for joy. And use those elbows to then press the knees apart. So I showed you so many variations. You find one for you that's just right, that you're like, yes, I can actually find the joy in this stretch right now. Stay with it, stay with it. And if jumping was your joyful thing, do it. It helps to smile. Bring those corners of your mouth up a little bit. There you go. That'll get rid of some tightness in the face. And then if you can, lift your chest. Tuck the tailbone under a little bit. You get that good stretch in the lower back. And it's okay if you fall backwards. Just make sure you have fun with it. It's always a good idea to clear your surroundings before you're doing yoga. Anyway, we're going to drop down anyway, so. Nice. And we're coming into a forward bend. Nice and easy. Get a good stretch. Backs of the legs, your upper back, and if you tuck your chin, you're going to get a good stretch in the back of your neck. I happen to be able to reach my feet, but for you, it might be your knees or your shins or wherever you're comfortable. Just rest those hands there. And here's where we're going to begin to rock again. Just nice, gentle, joyful rocks from side to side. Let your head go however it goes. There's nothing rigid about this, remember? Smile as you release the tensions of the day.
Smile as you open your heart to playfulness. The playfulness of a child, of a happy, carefree child. Good. All right, so wherever your right hand is, let go and bring it over and twist. My twist happens to be kind of large like this, but for some of us, our twist might just be a little bit like this. You're finding the one that just makes your back feel so good. Like when you get there, your back is saying, thank you. Drop your shoulders, any tightness there. Lift your chest, open your heart. You could gaze forward or behind to that hand that's reaching behind you. Whatever works. Stay here, stay here. Oh yeah, we're gonna get a good thorough stretch with this one. Take a breath in. As you exhale, smile. Yes, good. Feel that sweet release. Let's do it one more time. Breathe in. Breathe out any tightness, and you might notice that you can twist a little farther. It could happen. Beautiful. I don't know if you can hear on the microphone, but my back is cracking and it feels fabulous. We're inhaling those arms all the way up, and we're exhaling once again into that forward bend. And if you enjoyed that little rocking motion, go for it. If you didn't love it so much and you'd rather just press deep into the stretch, that's fine too. This is really about you discovering and exploring you in the spirit of playfulness. Yes. And then use those strong muscles to roll. Oh no, we're not rolling up. I lied. I'm going to switch sides so that I can see you guys better. Good, good, good. No, we're bringing the other hand to the other side and twisting in the other direction now. That's what we're doing. Drop the shoulders, lift your chest, open your heart. If your spine's anything like mine, every little vertebrae is just cracking itself right back into place. Shoulders drop, the neck lengthens. Breath in, stay here, breathe out the tightness, and discover whether or not you can twist further. And not because you have to, but because it feels good to do so. And then back to center once again into that deep forward bend. With or without the rocking motion, that's up to you. And then activate your strong stomach muscles once again, rolling up. And then we're going to get these feet flat on the floor, about hip width, I'll say. And then point your fingertips towards your buttocks and squeeze your shoulder blades together. So for some of us, we're going to stay right here, strengthening the back body. Put some body weight into your palms now and press, lift your chest, good. And you can keep your feet exactly where they are, hip width and parallel to one another. And then we're going to lift the butt up off the ground, if you can, into table pose. So that might not be realistic for everybody, and I understand you're finding your table pose. And like I said, the buttocks doesn't even have to lift up for the back body to strengthen. Shoulder blades, upper back, middle back, lower back, maybe the buttocks, maybe the hamstrings. Gazing upward. We want to be careful not to drop the head back, okay? Don't do that. Breathe, breathe, breathe. You could even imagine, if you were at a table, what kinds of fun things you would like to be having on top of you. Like maybe a Monopoly game. Or if that's not fun, jacks. I used to always play jacks on my mother's coffee table when I was little. Lower it down. Sweet. And then we're going to take the bottoms of the feet together with the little butterflying of the legs. Good. So how can we add some playfulness to this? If you were a butterfly, where would you fly to? Close your eyes and imagine that. To the beach, to the mountains, to some far off fantastical land, to flutter over family, friends, sprinkle a little joyfulness into somebody's life. Just with your mere fluttering of your beautiful wings. Go ahead and just move those legs however it feels good. And I'm holding on to my toes, but for you it might be better at the ankles. Good. So, and then we're gonna stop that. Hold on somewhere tightly though, hold on, whether it's your ankles or wherever, or even if it's your knees, just hold on, because we're gonna rock it. Let's rock the boat, baby. Come on. Remember, I know I'm being a little silly, but that's the whole idea. Don't take stuff so seriously. Not yoga, not life. So, good. And then we're gonna keep one foot in, it doesn't matter which one, and we're gonna extend the other one. So I'm gonna bring this heel in somewhat close to the groin and slide this other hand down the leg. So maybe you'll hold on at your ankle, or maybe you'll hold on at your toe. Doesn't matter. Open up, stretch. Yes, just like a starburst. Breathe in. And on the exhale, maybe like a clam, close up here. Breathe out. Inhale, opening up to the heavenly wonders. And exhale, folding in half. Breathe out the stagnation. Inhale, up, open, stretch in every direction. Both arms are lengthened. The top of your head is reaching up. And the chest now presses to the floor. Good, we'll do a couple more of those. Let your imagination have some fun here too. Go ahead and imagine something that brings you joy. And the next time down, we're gonna stay down. And this time down, if you can, just kind of turn your torso a little bit more so over this leg and just hang here. And wherever your head goes, it goes. And this is another time where you could just add a gentle little rocking motion to calm the nervous system and to feel a little playfulness in your pose. And then start to bring yourself up from there. Wonderful work. Switch sides. Other leg extends. This heel comes in. Hey, if you want to like kind of move that knee around a little bit, it got a little stagnant there. Go ahead and do it. This is your practice. Bringing this heel in, hooking your big toe or holding on wherever it's right for you. But we ultimately do want this leg to be straight. So if it's all bent up like this, you might be reaching too far. So just come into where you can reach and the back of the knee can open up. Okay, so find where that is for you. Inhaling up and exhaling, closing. Inhale, opening. Remember to incorporate your imagination. Let yourself smile. Let your muscles rejoice. Let your brain relax. Get out of your head. A few more times. Everything is lengthened here. The spine, both arms, the leg you're holding on to. One more time. Big breath in, open, stretch. And when we come down this time, we turn the torso to go over this extended leg a little bit better. And add that rocking motion if you like. Don't if you don't want to. But you're finding that sweet spot. You're finding that beautiful, liberating stretch. And so use your breath. If you're discovering, whoa, my hip is really tight, or I really feel this wherever you're feeling it, bring your mind to that place and even talk to it in a kind, loving way. Please relax. It's okay. It's safe to let go. And then we'll bring ourselves up from there. And we'll take these legs back out again, both of them. Shake them around a little bit. Yeah, loosen them up. Go ahead. Have fun with it. Take a little walk back with your sit bones. Why not? Take a walk forward with those heels. And again, we're going to inhale the arms straight up and then just fall straight forward. rocking if that feels good to you or not. And again, activate your strong stomach muscles to support your back as you roll up.
And then we're going to go back into table pose. We did that already. We're going to do it again because it's a great back strengthener. We did a lot of back stretches. Balance is important. It's important to be strong, body and mind. It's important to be flexible, body and mind. So we've got our table pose going on, shoulder blades squeezing. Maybe you're picking the butt up, maybe you're not. If you've been practicing yoga for a while and you want to do incline plank instead with straighter legs, that's fine too. Mostly find the joy in whatever it is you're doing, and if you need a break, take a break. If you can lift up higher, lift up higher. If you can find some extra excitement, joy, playfulness in it, then find it. And down we come. One more time into that forward bend, opening the back body. Okay, so the next one is really playful. Make sure you do have some space specifically behind your head. We don't want anybody bumping anything. But we're bringing the hands behind the knees, fingertips maybe behind the knees. Tuck your chin. We're going to inhale as we roll back, and we're going to exhale as we come forward like this. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in as you roll back. Exhale as you roll forward. And keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. You're doing great. Don't stop. Maybe close your eyes. I want you to really feel playful with this. If you tell kids to do this, they have no problem doing this. So don't get all stuck up in your serious head, okay? And just play, enjoy it. One of these times we are going to balance. Oh, we're going to try to balance. So if you can stop yourself and keep those feet up off the floor, go for it. If you want to keep holding on, that's fine. Extend the arms, maybe, maybe not. Take them up overhead, maybe, maybe not. Make those legs straight, maybe not. But this is boat pose, so I want you to do whatever floats your boat, okay? Excellent core strengthener. Find the fun. Make it fun. And from here, we're going to cross those ankles and roll on to all fours once again. With the cat pose, breathing out, and the cow pose, breathing in. And into cat pose one more time. And then we're going to pick those knees up and return to downward facing dog. And this time I want you to walk the dog. Press the heels, move the hips. Yeah, that's it. Have some fun with it. Play with it like silly putty. And then stop and bend your toes back. Get a nice little stretch in the bottoms of the feet. And then press the heels down while you reach the tailbone up. Stretch the backs of your legs. From your fingertips to your tailbone, lengthen the spine. And then we're going to take the right foot. Let's do the right foot. Bring your right foot to the ceiling. That left hook goes down. There's a tendency to want to stay up on the toes there. Don't do that. Press that heel down while the other leg reaches up. So we're coming into pigeon. If you know pigeon, just go for it. For those of you who are new to this, just bring your right knee to your right hand. And then let that back leg rest. And then just start to walk that back leg back to wherever it is you need to take it, to where you're feeling a good stretch in the hip and the lower back. In the knee, I don't know where you're going to feel it. You'll feel it where you're most tight. But wherever you're feeling it, relax that place. Relax your hips, your knees, relax your brain, breathe. And again, if you like that rocking motion, go ahead and rock. The rocking motion, like I was saying before, it really stimulates that sense of safety in the parasympathetic nervous system. Like when babies were rocked, we were given that sense of security and safety and trust. So develop that within, for yourself, by yourself, with yourself. It signals the whole body, rest and digest. And if you like just to hold it, that's fine too. Another way that you can do this, if you're okay with this, you could come forward on the forearms, or maybe slide those hands all the way out and rest your forehead on the floor. So we all have different degrees of flexibility, and you're finding the place for your body, like the most perfect spot where you're saying, yes, I'm respecting my body. This does feel good. It's not painful, but I'm also not being lazy. I'm not holding back. So get the most out of it that you can today in this moment with this next breath. And then we're coming up from there. We're going to roll those toes under back there and return to downward facing dog. Oh, you can do it. You're doing great. Good, good. And now it'll be the left leg that comes up. Reach it up, stretch it up while that right heel goes down. Remember, try not to be on the toes back there. The foot that's on the floor, let those heels drop. And so now it's going to be the left knee that comes to the left hand. And I like to get that heel out of the way so it's not digging in my groin so that we can drop the hip down. You might find that one side is tighter than the other or one side is looser than the other, and that's okay. It happens. Just rocking nice and easy, soothing, calming. Use the breath. And again, if you want to come down onto the forearms in pigeon, go for it. A few breaths there, maybe then taking it further, extending out even more. One more nice deep breath. Very nice. And from here we're going to come up and then just drop over on the butt cheek that makes the most sense and swing that back leg around. Swing it around. Very good. And then we're going to do both legs, so it doesn't matter which leg you do it on. But speaking of rocking like a baby, we're going to take this leg and just rock it like a little baby. Hold on to your foot with one hand, the hand that makes the most sense, and take the other hand and bring it under that leg. Okay, bring it under. So you're supporting the leg. Let your shoulders drop, good, and then lift your heart, good. So our posture is good. You're trying to have some good posture here. Nice. Rocking, rocking, rocking. Breathe out any tightness. That rocking motion signals safety, letting go, yeah. Find that nice little sweet space. Loosening up, good. So the hand that's underneath here, we're gonna slide it even more so maybe to where now instead of my hand, it's my elbow holding it. And the same with the other hand. Instead of my hand, the elbow holding it. Drawing the shin bone inward and upward, and now check your posture once again because it's easy to slouch here. So let's check our posture. Lift the heart, lengthen the spine. And if you wanna rock here once again, you can, or if you just wanna hold a steady, easy stretch, go for it. It should not be painful, so if it's painful, you need to drop it a little bit. Just come to where it's right for your body today. And then we're gonna unwind, but don't drop this foot yet. Hold on to it and start to send that heel away from the body. Maybe you wanna hold on to the ankle. Maybe you prefer to hold on at the shin, or the calf rather. Whatever, it's all good. Check your posture, relax those shoulders, and find the joy. Be playful. Again, rocking could be helpful. Beautiful. All right, that's this one rest. And we're switching legs, So start by holding on to the foot with the hand that makes the most sense. Bringing the other hand under, and then just nice and easy. Reminding ourselves we're not taking yoga seriously. We're not taking life seriously. And then we'll slide this arm under if you can, holding it with the elbow. Slide this foot in towards the elbow. Check the posture once again. Rock it once again if you like that. Get a good grip. And then lengthen the spine. Check that posture. The shoulders go down. The heart comes up. The shin bone goes inward and upward if you can. Just make it a nice, thorough, enjoyable stretch. Opening the hip. This is great for sciatica, if anybody out there is suffering from sciatica. Same with pigeon, the one we did before where the knee went to the hand. That was also a good one for sciatica. And then we're unwinding, holding on to the foot or the ankle or the calf muscle or something. And then again, check that posture. Very good. And open where you can open and rock if you want to rock. Where is that tightness? I'm noticing a little bit here. Let's let that go. Good. Wonderful. Bring that back in. And then we're going to come to lie on our backs once again. Okay? So, scoot yourself down. Don't go so quick. We're going to go slow. So if you've rolled all the way down, get back up. We're going to use those stomach muscles coming down, 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 down. Tighten up the tummy. Oh, yeah, we got this. And then all the way down. Stretch the arms overhead. Stretch those legs. Reach, almost like somebody has your wrists and they're pulling you one direction, and your ankles and they're pulling you in the other direction. And just open up. Where can you open up? Take a breath in. Breathe out. Soften. Now melt. Let those shoulders come down and release and relax. The toes might drop out to the side. Stay here and breathe. Bring one knee to the chest. It doesn't matter which one. Just draw one in. And then we're going to take that leg, the one you're holding on to, across the body. So much so that your lower back, you might even roll. But try not to roll all the way over onto your side. Take the leg to one side and roll your head to the opposite side. I'm a little restricted here because of the wall, but if you can extend your arm all the way out, go for it. If you don't have enough room, I'm going to put my hand behind my head. And I'm using it to counterbalance so I don't fall all the way over. I want to get this good stretch here in the lower back and the hip, down the outer thigh to your IT band, maybe in the chest and the shoulder. So it just really depends on where you're tight, where your tension might be. But find it right now. Explore your body. Where is the tension? Find it, find it. As you exhale, see yourself letting go of that tightness. See these places opening up, almost like tight rosebuds, blooming open with every breath. And we're coming back to center, still working with that same leg. Extend it up. Now for you, maybe you'll hold on behind the thigh or behind the knee. Find where it's good for you to hold on. And we're looking for two straight legs. So if you're holding on to your foot and the knee is bending, then you need to just come down. So we have two straight legs, one on the floor, one in the air, on whatever angle. For some of us, it might look like this, and that's fine. Any variation, whatever it is for you, it's perfect for you. Know that this is perfect for you. Relax the shoulders while you extend these two legs. And then we'll bring this knee once again into the chest. And then we'll release it down alongside the other one and switch sides, bringing that other knee in. Move it around a little bit for starters. Nice. And now we're going to take this knee across the body. The other arm is extending out. And you're going to look towards your straight arm. Make sure you have enough room. So the head is rolled away from the leg. Whatever direction the leg is going in, turn your head away from it. Feel some opening in the body somewhere. Or maybe it's in the mind. Feel your mind opening to playfulness, to joyfulness.
Breathe, release, smile. And then we're coming back to center. And you're taking this leg now and making it straight somewhere, somehow, make it straight. And the one that's on the floor is also straight, so if the knee is bent, press the back of it towards the floor. Looking for 2 straight legs. And then relax your shoulders while you're doing that. And rock if you want to. Feels great, doesn't it? Bring this knee in again, hug it like you love it. And we're gonna rest this foot flat on the floor and bring the other one in hip width, not together. Make sure your feet are hip width apart. As well, your knees are hip width apart. And we're gonna do a pelvic tilt. In that pelvic tilt, your lower back will press more so to the floor and your stomach muscles will contract somewhat. Now just bring your lower back off the floor a tiny little bit, just a little bit. It might not even be detectable visually, but you could feel that your buttocks contracted and your muscles are working to lift up. Now come up a tiny bit more. Stay there and breathe. Maintain that pelvic tilt. Come up a tiny bit more. Stay there and breathe. Lift a tiny bit more. Stay there and breathe. Now, somewhere along the line, your body might be at its edge where it's comfortably uncomfortable, where you know if you go any farther, you're going to hurt yourself. So we don't want you to do that. You don't want to do that. But if you can come up higher and higher, then come up higher and higher. That will cause your chin to go to the chest. If you want to come up on the toes and walk the feet in even more, this is just a bridge. In yoga, we call this bridge. You could clasp your ankles. There's so many ways to do this. You're really just exploring, discovering, playing around. But if you are clasping your ankles, then walk your shoulder blades closer together. Really send your belly up, your chest up. Tuck that chin and let the back of your neck open. Stay here or release it or find a different expression of bridge. You don't have to be the Golden Gate Bridge. You could be a walking across the park bridge, swinging bridge in Yosemite, whatever you like, whatever kind of bridge you want, that's right for your body today. And then just as mindfully as we went up, we're going to go down. Take your time, vertebrae by vertebrae, nice and slow. Deep belly breaths. And it wouldn't be happy or playful yoga if we didn't do happy baby pose. So go ahead and do happy baby pose. Another great one for rocking for other reasons. When we rock in baby pose, we're rocking from one kidney, stay there, breathe, to the other kidney, stay there, breathe. But more so than the kidney is the adrenal glands that sit atop the kidney that are so overworked, so busy pumping that cortisol every time we get stressed out. So remember happiness when you're in happy baby pose. Activating the parasympathetic nervous system here. And then we're going to rest those feet flat on the floor once again. Inhale the arms up, the buttocks up to however high is right for your body, and then exhale down. We're just going to do one or two of those, really just to reset the spine. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. And we'll just do that one more time. Make it as big as your body will permit, as enjoyable as your mind will let you do it. And exhale down. And at this point, I'd like for you to turn your palms up. And however you're more comfortable with your legs. Sometimes it's good to have the knees bent and resting in on each other. The feet are a little bit farther. Or for some of us, having straight legs is better. But you're finding the pose that is best for you. We call this Shavasana. It's also known as corpse pose, which might not sound so happy. But it's very important to recognize the value in letting some things die, like old attitudes, old thought systems, habit patterns, or beliefs that keep us stuck, that keep us not so happy. So maybe you'll contemplate that while you're here in corpse pose for Shavasana. But do close your eyes and bring your awareness to the rising and the falling of your belly with each breath. Continue to do that while all of the muscles of your face relax. Give your brain permission to relax. Feel peacefulness coming into your shoulders as they drop more heavily into the floor. Encourage all of your internal organs to be peaceful and calm right now. Your heart, your lungs, your intestines, your kidneys, your liver, your spleen, pancreas, what else did I forget? All that stuff in there, just let it relax. Everything in your torso. Let your elbows and your wrists feel peaceful and calm. In so doing, you might notice that your fingers feel tingly, or maybe your palms feel energized, or maybe not. Notice what you notice. Releasing your spine to gravity. Softening your hips to Mother Earth. And your belly rises and falls with every life-giving breath. And your legs getting heavier as they relax more and more. Ankles, your toes, peaceful and calm. This part of our practice is very crucial for the integration of all of what we have just done in this class today. Yes, we worked our muscles, but we also did a lot for our lymphatic system, for our nervous system, for our neurology, and rewiring the brain for a more positive, happy, joyful experience in life. And then just go ahead and roll on to whatever side of your body feels more natural and comfortable for you. Just go ahead and roll on your side. However you're comfortable there, just be at peace. Even as your body slowly begins to move, maintain that peaceful, calm, relaxed feeling. Stay tuned in to your joyful heart and your playful mind of discovery and self-exploration. Deepen your awareness of your breathing, as well deepen your awareness of the space that surrounds you right now. And then just in your own way, bring yourself up, or don't bring yourself up if you don't want to. You can continue to lay there, whatever you like.
But just know that every little bit of movement that you're making is simply a continuation of this meditation. And when you do get up and continue on with your day, know that you always have the choice. It's not necessarily in life what we do, but how we do it, how we approach it. We can approach driving in a stressful manner, or we could approach driving in a joyful manner in spite of what's happening with the drivers around us. Often when I drive, I listen to meditation music just to keep myself in that space. But there's lots of creative ways to remain in that place of joyfulness, which really is a choice. I know there's tragedy and traumas that occur every day in our world and sometimes in our own families and in our workspace. That happens. But remind yourself of the balance of emotions, the balance of body and mind. So I encourage you to practice joyfulness, playfulness, self-exploration, and the joy of discovery with the eyes of a child. Peace, light, and love to you, to all. Sat Nam and Namaste.